सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
Hello, Namaskar and a very good evening to the viewers watching NCERT's live interactive session. This is Simran Singh and you have all connected with us through eVidya channel number 6 to 12. And besides eVidya channels, we have so many different mediums through which you all can reach out to us and you can watch our live programs. One of them is our YouTube channel. As you all know, it is NCERT official. So it's around 5 PM on your watch and regularly from 5 till 5:30. We have our special segments of Sahyog. Let me apprise you that Sahyog and Paricharcha, they are two important initiatives under the umbrella initiative that is MANODARPAN. And it has been initiated by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, in order to provide psychological support and also guidance and ensuring well-being of all the viewers and the students watching our programs out there as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. So here we come up with certain essential and significant topics for the well-being of our viewers, the students, the audiences who connect with us. And today we are going to talk about an essential topic. It is coping with failure or a failure as a valuable learning experience. So what happens in our life is we are all seeking success at one time or the other. But what motivates us or what acts as a driving force in order to achieve that success or achieve our goal? Therefore, failures, they are great learning experiences. So whenever you watch a person who is successful, we need to see the background, we need to see what the person has faced, the challenges that he or she has overcome and reached at a particular sport. So providing us more insights into the conversation, we have with us our two guests who have joined with us through online modality. I will be introducing you to the guests for the program, but before that, here is an important piece of information for all of you. We are proud of the fact that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in this year, that's 2023. The nation is deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency is a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play a very important role by finding global pragmatic solutions for the well-being of everyone and in doing so, manifesting the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. Or should I say, the world is one family. So providing us more insights into how failure can be a great learning experience for us. We have with us our two experts. Let me introduce you to them. We have with us Dr. Basansi Kharlukhi ma'am. Namaskar ma'am. Good evening.
Namaskar. Good evening.
We welcome you in the conversation. She is from NIRI NCERT Shillong. Then we also have with us our practicing counselor, Mr. Krishnanand Singh. Namaskar sir.
Good evening ma'am.
आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है इस सत्र में. And viewers who are watching this program online, if you have any of the queries, then here is our national helpline number through which you can give us a call. It is 844-844-0632. And also we have our IVRS number, that is 8800-440-559. The specific mail ID for the Sahyog programs where you can write to us is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. So let's begin the conversation, and in the first place I would like to invite Dr. Basansi ma'am. And ma'am, as we are discussing about failures and not success, so I would like to ask you, does failure work as a driving force, or maybe is it essential for achieving success in our life?
Yes, thank you, and a very good evening to all the viewers who are watching this show. Thank you for Ms. Simran for that question. Yes, when we talk about failure, actually you can see that failure is actually considered as an essential part of success, because why? It can provide us with a valuable learning experiences and opportunities for growth. Failure, like we say, it is a pillar of success. It can be seen as a, as a path to achieve our goal or our goals, and it can also teach us about our strength and weaknesses, which can be actually a very valuable information for achieving our success in future. And yes, we can also say that through failure we can take an opportunity to learn from our mistakes and reflect on our actions, and then develop new strategies for achieving the desired goals. Again, we can say that failure and success are seen as the two sides of the same coin, while success rarely achieved without experiencing failure along the way, because like Mr. Anand Krishna Anand also will be giving you some example of famous people who have gone through failure and achieved you can say paramount success in the present generation, in the present world. So success, if we achieve success through failure, there is a saying that if we achieve success through failure, that means we really cherish that and it stays with us, and we can also maintain that, and can compare to those people who are successful without going through any hardship or through failures. Because when they succeed without going through failures, I mean they are just taking it for granted that success is easy, it is an easy road. So another great thing about failure is that it teaches us valuable lesson, and if we are willing to learn from our mistakes, then we can also avoid making the same mistakes. There is a saying actually by one famous motivational speaker who says that the only true failure is the failure to try. Most of our students, because of our fear to fail, we fail to try. And when we don't try, definitely we will not know whether we are going to achieve our goals, our objectives or not, whether we are going to be successful or not. So the only true failure is actually the failure to try. So like I would like to say our student, our viewer, is that don't be afraid to fail. Instead, use it as an opportunity to grow. Use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. It can help you build resilience and persistence. And if we are willing to keep trying, even after we fail, definitely we will see success in the other end. Another thing that we would like to say, that we always hear it in our everyday conversation, is that if at first you don't succeed, try and try again, because this persistence will definitely pays off, and if you keep trying, eventually we will find success. So try to remember and understand that failure is part and parcel of our life. It is an inevitable part of our life, but it is not always a bad thing. Okay, in fact, failure can be a great teacher if you are willing to learn from it, and if you can learn to embrace failure, it can actually help us to become better and more successful in person. And we, as a student, I would like to say that yes, from a very young age we are taught that failing is bad, and it is something that we should fear. Yes, of course, everyone is scared of failing. Even at this age we are scared of failing. And when it comes to going after our big goals and dreams, we are definitely scared to take that step. Why? Because we are scared that we will fail. However, we need to remember that, and we need to instill in our mind that failure is not a step backward. It's an excellent stepping stone to success. We need to ask ourselves, what's the worst that can happen if we fail? Because failure won't kill us, but fear to fail may keep us from success. This is very important, because while failure taught us about ourselves, we can also learn that there is also another way to go to achieve our target. We may discover that we are very strong. We are very strong-willed. We are more disciplined than we expected. So I would like to remind our dear student that failure is simply an opportunity to begin again. And this time, more, you can say, intelligently, more wisely. Because interestingly, whatever we may say, failure is also an essential part of success, even after one has succeeded. So it is not merely the act of failing that leads to a success, it's also failing to, it is failing and then getting back up and try again. So what I want to say is that we may fail at one time or one go, but we can only try. Then only we can, taste the fruit of success. So we should not back down. Failure is part or an inevitable part of our life. This is what I want our student to understand.
Thank you so much for reflecting on the different positive aspects of failure rather than being negative about the failure. Because yes, we can learn a lot from the failures, and obviously it motivates or inspires us to not to stop but to start from where we left. So discussing at length how failures can act as great learning experiences for us, I would like to invite our practicing counselor in the conversation, Dr. Krishnanand sir. Mr. Krishnanand sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and good evening to all the viewers. As ma'am told that failures teach us flexibility, adaptability, and how to overcome obstacles. Now, it teaches us to use change to our advantage. असफलताएं, परेशानियां और जो मुश्किलें और जो हार हैं, it's all a part of our life. So difficulties and disappointment come in the life of every human being. So there is no one in this world who has never faced sorrow in his life. So every successful person has achieved success in his life only by facing difficulties, failure and struggle. So एडिसन का नाम सभी बच्चे जानते होंगे, उन्होंने अपने 1000वें प्रयास में बिजली का बल्ब बनाने में कामयाब हुए थे। 999 असफलताओं के बाद भी उन्होंने हिम्मत नहीं हारी थी, साहस अपना नहीं खोया था, अपना आत्मविश्वास को कभी कम नहीं होने दिया था और सफलता हासिल की थी। अपनी विफलताओं के बारे में जब उनसे पूछा गया एडिसन से, तो उन्होंने जवाब दिया था कि मैं 999 बार असफल नहीं हुआ, बल्कि मैंने 999 ऐसे तरीके के बारे में जाना जिनसे बल्ब नहीं बनाया जा सकता। सो व्हाट ए पॉजिटिव एंड इंस्पायरिंग थॉट दिस वाज। सो सक्सेस और फेल्योर डिपेंड्स ऑन योर थिंकिंग। अगर आपने सोच लिया कि आपको कोई काम करना है और उस काम में सफल होना है, then no one can stop you from being successful. लेकिन अगर आपने पहले ही सोच लिया कि वो काम बहुत मुश्किल है या आप उस काम को नहीं कर सकते हैं, so really you will never be able to do that work. So always accept failure and keep trying to learn from it. अपनी असफलताओं पर, अपनी हार पर कभी दुखी नहीं होना चाहिए, कभी आंसू नहीं बहाना चाहिए, ना ही हिम्मत हार कर हाथ पे हाथ रखकर बैठना चाहिए. So find out the reason for your failures, find the reason from your defeat, और उनसे सीख लेकर के फिर से प्रयास करें and keep trying till you succeed. So always keep moving forward despite the setbacks. वॉल्ट डिज्नी को सिर्फ इसलिए नौकरी से निकाल दिया गया था क्योंकि उनके पास इमेजिनेशन की कमी थी। वो एक न्यूज़पेपर एजेंसी में काम कर रहे थे और उनके पास न्यूज़पेपर एजेंसी ने बोला कि उनके पास कोई अच्छा आइडिया नहीं था। बट इवन आफ्टर बीइंग रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द जॉब, he did not get disheartened and did not give up and made the cartoon film Mickey Mouse, theme park, Disneyland and Disney World. So he is called the pioneer of American animation industry. तो अगर सोचिए आप कि अगर वो निराश होकर के हिम्मत हार करके बैठ जाते तो क्या इतना सफल हो पाते, क्या इतना नाम कमाते जितना आज उनका है। वे एक एंटरप्रेन्योर, एनिमेटर, राइटर, वॉइस एक्टर, कार्टूनिस्ट और फिल्म प्रोड्यूसर बने। सो ऑलवेज हैव फेथ इन योरसेल्फ। नेपोलियन हिल वाज एन अमेरिकन राइटर हैज सेड, अधिकतर महान लोगों ने अपनी जिंदगी की सबसे बड़ी सफलता जो है अपनी सबसे बड़ी असफलता के एक कदम आगे हासिल किया है। नो मैटर व्हाट हैपेंस, नो मैटर हाउ डिफिकल्ट द सिचुएशन, नो मैटर हाउ एडवर्स द सर्कमस्टांसेस, नो मैटर हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू फेल, कभी हिम्मत नहीं हारनी चाहिए, कभी खुद पर भरोसा ना तोड़ें, क्योंकि अगर आप खुद पर विश्वास है तो आप असंभव को भी संभव कर सकते हैं, किसी भी लक्ष्य को पा सकते हैं, किसी भी सपने को पूरा कर सकते हैं। सो दैट्स वाई always keep faith in yourself, and this failure is an opportunity to learn. हेनरी फोर्ड ने कहा था कि असफलता जो है सिर्फ एक मौका है दोबारा से फिर से शुरू करने का, लेकिन इस बार ज़्यादा समझदारी से, पहले की अपेक्षा ज़्यादा समझदारी से इस बार शुरू करने का एक मौका है। सो डोंट रिग्रेट योर फेल्योर्स, योर मिस्टेक्स, दैट इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू लर्न। उनसे सीखिए और ज़्यादा समझदारी से सीखिए, ज़्यादा मेहनत से दोबारा अपने काम पे लग जाइए, अपने लक्ष्य पे लगिए और तब तक लगे रहिए जब तक कि आप सफल नहीं हो जाते हैं। हर असफलता आपको एक सही रास्ता दिखाती है। असफलता के बारे में आपका एटीट्यूड जो है, आपका एटीट्यूड ही आपको आगे लेके जा सकता है। अल्बर्ट हबार्ट ने बोला था कि थोड़ी सी दृढ़ता, थोड़ा सा प्रयास और एक निराशाजनक असफलता दिख रही थी, वह एक शानदार सफलता में बदल सकती है। कैसे? क्योंकि थोड़ी सी दृढ़ता आपको दिखानी है, थोड़ा सा प्रयास करना है और जो आपको असफलता दिख रही थी वो सफलता में बदल जाएगी। असफलता के बारे में आपका जो एटीट्यूड है वही निर्धारित करेगा कि वेदर यू विल मीट अ dismissal failure or a brilliant success. If you regret the failure and sit with folded hands and do nothing, then you will get failure. So don't give up. माइकल जॉर्डन ने बोला था कि I have failed over and over again in my life, that's why I succeed. So before success comes in the life of any human being, definitely defeats, failures, difficulties also come in his life. So without struggle, success can't be achieved without difficulty. लेकिन जब मुश्किलें बड़ी हो जाती हैं और हार का डर जो है दिलों पर हावी हो जाता है, दिल दिमाग पर, तब लोगों के सामने सबसे आसान रास्ता क्या होता है? वो लोग इसी रास्ते को चुन लेते हैं और हार मान जाते हैं। So you always look inside and get out the feeling of giving up. Awaken your inner strength and promise yourself that you will achieve the success and you whatever you dreaming of, and then start working hard and give yourself the gift of success. So
बिल्कुल सर,
I think
बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण उदाहरणों से आपने हमारे सभी दर्शकों को अवगत कराया कि हो सकता है कि शुरुआत में आपको किसी भी कार्य के असफलता मिले, लेकिन ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि यदि आप परिश्रम और मेहनत करते रहें तो भी आप असफल हों, क्योंकि हम सभी जानते हैं कि परिश्रम ही सफलता की कुंजी है। चर्चा में आगे बढ़ते हैं एंड नाउ आई वुड अगेन लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर बासंसी टू रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन द एरिया हाउ फेलियर कैन बी एन एनकरेजमेंट फॉर आवर सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट।
Yes, failure we can say that can really encourage self-development, because it makes us to have the courage to try, and realizing failure actually it's temporary and it helps us to be more resilient. Failure helped us to understand, or it helped us to try to identify our strengths, our weaknesses, where we have gone wrong, and what is the new strategies that we can adopt in order to in order to exceed. And the first thing that our students should do is that they should be able to embrace failure, so as to challenge themselves and try harder. Because now what I see is that most of the children or most of the students, they are scared of failing. They are scared of that word fail, because maybe, like I've already mentioned, that in our young age at home we have been taught that fail, the word failed or failure is bad and something which cannot. But failure definitely can help us to boost our image. Failure can help us to encourage self-development. Like, say for example, when we get bad grades, or when we get grades which we are not satisfied or not happy, we can always pick up from there and try harder and challenge ourselves, because this is the way that we can overcome failure, or we can succeed. And we should also remember that, like Mr. Krishnan also have already said, most popular and successful people known in the world today, like he has already given example, they are all subject to failure. But actually it is their acceptance, their patience, their resilience that put them in the right path. So like I said, realizing failure, we should understand that it's just temporary. Yes, it may take time, but we should remember that it's just a cycle. It is temporary. But what is more important is that how to, how to get up from there and then choose the right path. This is very important. So failure, it also helped us to be unafraid to try. Okay, it helps us to be unafraid to try. Like I said, the biggest failure is failure to try. So that is one of the worst aspects of failure. So students should not be scared. Definitely when they fail, they are embarrassed, and they are being pointed out by the others, maybe like you're of no use, you have no value, no worth. But then I want to instill this in the mind of the student, that failure is part and parcel of our life. It is only that resilient, the persistence that we need to have in order to stand up. And it also makes us to, failure, it helps us to let go of the past. Why we are stuck up with, one thing in our mind? Why we do not succeed? Because we are stuck up with the past, something which is uninspiring, something which is not worth at all. So we have to let go of the past, okay? Failure helped us to let go of the past, because that is if we want to succeed. Because these two actually, it goes hand in hand. Failure also helped us to take risks, because if we remain in our comfort zone, if we remain there, definitely we will not be able to succeed, because we will keep on moving in the same strategy. So it helps us, failure helps us to move away from our comfort zone, and it helps us to take risks. It also helps us, you can say failure helps us to, like to do away things with the past, or you can say we should try to think about the future. What if we succeed? What if we do this, that? But we have to remain or remember the present. This is very important. But what I would like to say is that failure, it definitely helped to build resilient, persistent. It helps us to, be creative. It also helps us to, like solve problem, or it helps us to develop that problem solving skills. These are what we really requires. We should just not sit and ponder about failure, but we should stand up and find a way. So definitely failure, if we are able to embrace that it is just a cycle, and that it will go away, we will be able to like grow as an individual. We should be able to grow as an individual. That is, if we accept that failure is a step to success.
Thank you so much, Dr. Basansi, for encouraging us with those inspiring and kind words from your end. So, as we are proceeding towards the conclusion of the program, and very quickly, Krishna sir, I'll request you to please share a beautiful story of failure with all of us.
All the stories of success, we can say, are the stories of great failures. The failures are the stepping stones to success. We all know that Abraham Lincoln was the president of the United States, and it was not easy thing for him to reach such a great height in his life. This story of Abraham Lincoln, the greatest president of American history, begins on February 12, 1809, when this great man was born in a poor family, living in a hut, and later this man became the greatest president of India. But this journey to the White House was so difficult for this person, that if there was someone else in his place, he would probably have killed himself by coming to depression. जब वो मात्र 2 साल के थे, तब इनके परिवार को एक लैंड डिस्प्यूट की वजह से अपना घर छोड़ के दूसरी जगह शिफ्ट होना पड़ा था. एंड यू कैन इमेजिन व्हाट हैपेंस टू ए पुअर फैमिली इफ दे हैव टू लीव देयर हाउस. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ने इनका यहाँ भी पीछा नहीं छोड़ा. करीब 5 साल वहाँ रहने के बाद एक बार फिर लैंड डिस्प्यूट के कारण उनको वो घर भी छोड़ना पड़ा. एंड एट दैट टाइम अब्राहम लिंकन वाज ओनली 7 years old. So after leaving that place, and he and his family lived on the banks of a river where Lincoln's father also started farming. यहाँ तक तो सब कुछ ठीक था, लेकिन उसके बाद जब वो 9 साल के थे तो उनकी तब उन बीमारी की वजह से उनकी माँ की डेथ हो गई. और यहाँ से शुरू होती है उनके लाइफ का वो दर जहाँ पर कमजोर लोग टूट कर बिखर जाते हैं. लेकिन अब्राहम लिंकन को किताबें पढ़ने का बहुत शौक था. So he wanted to study, but his father wanted him to help him in his work. He studied law on his own without any going college. आफ्टर अ फ्यू डेज उनको एक पोस्ट ऑफिस में जॉब मिल जाती है। कई दिनों तक पोस्ट मास्टर की जॉब करने के बाद वहाँ के लोगों की परेशानियों को देखते हुए उन्होंने पॉलिटिक्स में आने का सोचा और उन्होंने सबसे पहले एक लेजिस्लेटर का चुनाव लड़ा जिसमें वो बुरी तरह से हार गए थे। साथ में पोस्ट मास्टर की जॉब छोड़ने की वजह से पैसे भी खत्म हो गए एंड द गर्ल ही वांटेड टू मैरी आल्सो डाइड ड्यू टू एन इलनेस। सो एवरीथिंग वाज अगेंस्ट अब्राहम लिंकन, एवरीथिंग। एक बार फिर अपने दोस्त की मदद से सेकेंड टाइम जब उन्होंने लेजिस्लेटर का इलेक्शन लड़ा तो उस समय वो जीत गए। साथ ही अब्राहम लिंकन ने जो लॉ की पढ़ाई की थी उसी वजह से वो गरीब लोगों का केस फ्री में लड़ने लगे और लगभग उन्होंने 20 साल तक ये काम किया। लेकिन परेशानियां अभी भी यहाँ उनकी खत्म नहीं हुई। जिंदगी में एक के बाद एक उनका एग्जाम ले रही थी। अब्राहम लिंकन हर तरह से हार रहे थे लेकिन हार नहीं मान रहे थे। उन्होंने वार्ड मेंबर का चुनाव लड़ा जिसमें हार गए। उसके बाद खुद का बिजनेस शुरू किया, उसमें भी फेल हो गए। स्टेट रजिस्ट्रार का चुनाव लड़ा, हार गए। 36 ईयर की एज में अब्राहम लिंकन को नर्वस ब्रेकडाउन हो गया। कांग्रेस के लिए चुनाव लड़ा, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का चुनाव लड़ा, उसमें भी हार गए। एंड ही कंटेस्टेड इलेक्शंस वंस अगेन एट द एज ऑफ 59 बट अगेन ही वाज डिफीटेड। लेकिन अब्राहम लिंकन ही शायद एक ऐसे व्यक्ति थे जो जीत पकड़ के बैठे थे कि जब तक जिंदा हूं लड़ता रहूंगा। और शायद यही कारण था कि इतनी हार के बावजूद भी अब्राहम लिंकन एक बार फिर ट्राई करने के लिए तैयार हुए। वो हिस्ट्री लिखी उन्होंने 1860 में जब अब्राहम लिंकन कंटेस्टेड द प्रेसिडेंशियल इलेक्शन एंड बिकम द 16th प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ अमेरिका। आखिर हार भी कब तक उनको हराती है अब्राहम लिंकन को, जो हार मानने को तैयार नहीं होते हैं। सो अब्राहम लिंकन डिड मेनी ग्रेट थिंग्स आफ्टर बिकमिंग द प्रेसिडेंट, जिनमें से सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी उस समय की दास प्रथा, जिसको उन्होंने हमेशा के लिए खत्म कर दिया। और आपको जैसे और भी इनके अलावा अब्राहम लिंकन के अलावा मैंने डिस्कस किया था वॉल्ट डिज्नी के बारे में, जिनको न्यूज़पेपर्स एजेंसी से निकाल दिया गया। तो केवल यही नहीं, स्टीव जॉब्स को अपने ही फर्म से उनको बाहर कर दिया गया था। सो स्टीव जॉब्स इज एन इम्प्रेसिव एंटरप्रेन्योर बिकॉज ऑफ हिज बाउंडलेस इनोवेशन बट आल्सो बिकम
सर बहुत ही उम्दा उदाहरण आप हमारे साथ साझा कर रहे हैं।
और असफलता से घबराए बिना भी उन्होंने
बिल्कुल सर, लेकिन सर समय हमें इसकी इजाज़त नहीं दे रहा कि हम सत्र को आगे बढ़ाएं। आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू प्लीज कंक्लूड योर वर्ड्स।
ओके मैम। तो इन माय व्यू हारना बुरी बात नहीं है, लेकिन हार मानकर बैठ जाना सबसे बुरी बात है। इसलिए मेरा सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है सभी बच्चों से, जो भी बच्चे व्यूअर हैं यहाँ देख रहे हैं, कि कोशिश करते रहिए जब तक कि आपको सफलता नहीं मिलती है।
जी सर, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया इस जानकारी के लिए। और जिस तरह से आपने इतने महान व्यक्तित्व और शख्सियत की जानकारी हमारे साथ साझा की, उनके एग्जाम्पल्स हमारे साथ साझा किए, मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि दर्शक इन बातों का ज़रूर ध्यान रखेंगे। और यदि फिर भी आपको ऐसा लगे कि देयर इज़ लैक ऑफ मोटिवेशन और इंस्पिरेशन, तो हमारे आसपास ऐसी बहुत सी कहानियाँ हैं, चाहे आपके अभिभावकों की कहानियाँ हों या फिर कहानियाँ हों आपके शिक्षकों की, जिनसे हम बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं, उनकी असफलताओं से सीख सकते हैं, प्रेरित हो सकते हैं। सो देयर इज़ एन oft quoted saying about the failure that it is often fine or normal to make a mistake, but do not make the same mistake again. Try new mistakes. So thank you so much to both our experts who are being a part of the conversation and shedding some important highlights or the details regarding this significant topic that talks about coping with failure and how failure can be a valuable learning experience for all of us. Thank you so much Dr. Basansi, and thank you Mr. Krishnanand Singh sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to all the viewers who have connected with NCERT for this particular live interactive session that we call Sahyog. And before concluding the program, here is an important piece of information regarding the availability of NCERT textbooks. As you all know that NCERT textbooks for the academic year 2023 to 2024, they are available all across the country, and you may purchase them directly from the different sales counters of NCERT that are currently located at Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Kolkata, Guwahati and New Delhi. Also, if you would like to place an order online for NCERT textbooks, then it can be done through the website flashing on your screens, that is www.ncertbooks.ncert.gov.in. And besides that, that is in addition to this, if you would like to download these textbooks in the PDF version, then you can do it from the different platforms, and one of them is Diksha platform, another one would be ePathshala website, and also NCERT's official mobile application. In order to explore more about the authorized vendors or the availability of the different new textbooks that have been launched for this academic year 2023 to 2024 for all our speakers, all the viewers, for our students, please feel free to explore the website of NCERT, that is www.ncert.nic.in. Thank you once again for connecting with us throughout the day with the different sessions and the different panelists who have been a part of varied conversations. Thanks a lot. Keep watching eVidya channels. Take very good care of yourself. This was Simran Singh taking a leave of you. Namaskar.
सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने, 844-844-0632।